All right, shalom, shalom. This is your brother from GMS New Orleans coming back at you with another live lesson. As always, on the ball, praise, glory, and finality. Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shah, Bashem, Kakadash. Double honor to the elders apostle, great millstone, peace, and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect out there. All right. The name of this video is The World is Watching the next couple of hours, which is going into the threats, DJ Donald Trump, aka Nero 47, is made. All right. The threats he has sent to Iran in the sense of destroying their infrastructure, destroying their plants and their bridges. All right, we should see if he make good on it. All right, so the world is sitting back. All right, the prophets are sitting back. All right, to see if he's gonna really do what he said he's gonna do, man. All right, because my original name of this video was gonna be some more or less, which is true. America's got themselves in a hornet's nest, more or less in a position that they got themselves in this water they can't get out. Or I was gonna name it, they got themselves knee deep in this shit, man. All right, because they ain't gonna be able to get out of this with the end. All right, they didn't go, as we say, a point of no return. All right, and me myself, I want to know. Hey, I want to know if you gonna make good on your word, E. All right, Nero. All right, you said you was gonna go in there and do certain things to the infrastructure. Well, Iran has also said they're threatening you back, all right, and destroying your Stargate AI data centers. That's all in Abu Dhabi. All right, so they have made mentions, they have made threats back, all right, which that goes into, I'm gonna get this scripture in a minute, all right, in the book of Matthew, the 24th chapter. But hey, we're in some very interesting times, right? Because that move that this guy is talking about making tomorrow, Nero, the move he talking about making on Iran tomorrow will basically uh basically will put the world in a trajectory of no return too. All right, because this move here is going to affect nations. All right, it's going to affect people's wallets, people's bank accounts, people's stomachs. All right, you go on, and this is where we at. Okay, but I'm gonna go here. That just was here. Let me see. Yeah, 6. All right. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 6, and it says, "And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come, but the end is not yet." All right, and we're in that time. All right, wars and rumors of wars, and things are breaking out. All right, nations are being rockets are being shot. All right, and then yesterday was a whole that situation that happened yesterday with the planes, U.S. planes being shot down. All right, that's a whole joke, man. To show you that Esau, you ain't as powerful as you think you is, man. Your crown and jewel of your military is supposed to be your air force, all right? And and they got rumors out there it was 2 planes, it was 5 planes. Well, I'm gonna go with 5, all right? And that shows you that those nations over there, those Persians, which is Iran, they over there laughing at you, man. All right, because they over there tearing your ass up, as we say. It's a Jake term, but they're tearing you up, man. All right, and the Lord put you in a position that you can't get out. All right, as we push towards the summertime, you're gonna ultimately have boots on the ground. All right, Russia is another intricate part of this thing. They're gonna get in this too. All right, those nations that and I'm gonna get that too. Those nations ultimately, man, are gonna be be against you too. But this is Matthew chapter 24, verse 6, which I read. I'm gonna go to 7. It says, "The nations shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom," which we're seeing. All right, these nations already they already took ultimately their positions. All right, against America, against the dollar. So now we're seeing things are ultimately getting on a physical level. All right, which tomorrow, hey man, hey, hey, I'm ultimately ready. You know, I want to see if you big and bad as you say you is, man. Go destroy their bridges, their plants. All right, I want to see you. What you say? Put them back in the Stone Age, as they say. All right, cause them guys over there too, they making threats back, man. You know, you got people out there that come on the block. Hey, man, hey, you act like you wanted it to happen. Hey, we do. All right, the men of the Lord of Yahweh Shem Shai, we do. We want it to happen because as quick as it happened, the quicker we get out of here, man. All right, we want it to happen. All right, we want these nations to war against nations. All right, on a small front here in America and on a larger scale around the world, we want World War III to happen. All right, we want you, the sons and daughters of you so-called patriots out here, you people that love to boast about America. Hey, we want your sons and daughters to be sent over there. All right. The quicker that happens, the quicker Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is gonna come, man. All right. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there should be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. All right. And it says all these are the beginning of sorrows. And all right, we seeing it. All right, this is basically the big, and we basically in that stage, man. The beginning of sorrows. All right, people are people are at a breaking point right now. All right, at the pumps. All right, because hey, Iran ultimately said, I think. Let me look at it. Let me look at it real fast because I got it right here. I want to be sure of what I'm saying because this is off oilprice.net. All right, which is an old website I used to deal with when I worked in oil and gas. All right, oilprice.net. I believe they had. Okay, there we go. It's coming slow. Yeah, they got crude oil right now at $100 and $113.39. All right, which the ratings already said, man. At the end of the day, we're gonna make it 200. All right, which that's gonna drive gas somewhere around $15, man. Let me see. That's gonna drive gas extremely high. All right, that's gonna drive the price of milk, eggs, with all those things that you love to snack on and eat. It's gonna drive those prices through the roof. Hyperinflation, all right, is here. Okay, the closing of the Strait of Hormuz, the closing of that region is gonna drive prices, man. You know, you got certain companies, and it reminds me of 2008 when they had that glitch or that crash back then in 2008. You got companies now that are loading up into these docks, these shipping and receiving warehouses. Well, they're charging companies now surplus charges, all right, just to drive their goods to that warehouse. They're charging them a price just to do that, all right. And then you already know, I know me myself, I already know some truckers. They already saying that whole business of cross country trucking, local trucking is shit water now, man. All right, just to get to the point, it's shit water. It ain't like it used to. You know, a guy used to make $7 and something a mile. Now it's down. It's real down, man. Okay, somewhere probably around some cent. Hey, but this is the beginning of sorrows, man. Or this is where people is gonna feel exactly what the prophets have been preaching. All right, starting with our elder apostles, what we've been saying for years. All right, we told you so. We told you that these times was ahead. All right, and we in the final last seconds of times. All right, let me see where I'm gonna go at next. I might go here. I just got a few. All right, but like I said, I'm definitely interested. What Nero said, 8 p.m. tomorrow, Tuesday. Hey, I wanna see, you know, and you Iranians out there, you Persians, I want to see what you gonna do too. Stop all the talking, man. Like Apostle Rumla been having his video titles, man. Just hit the button. All right, just hit the button. All right. This is another one, man. It's Obadiah chapter 1, verse 7. It says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee, all right, have deceived thee and prevail against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound unto thee. There is none understanding in them. All right. And that bread, goes into that aid, man, that help. All right. Those nations, and you look at it, man, them nations ain't nobody's jumping out there in the water with America and with the small hats on this, man. And that's what got Nero got him hot, man. He got him hot with NATO, got him hot with Spain. All right. Which, it's gonna come a time where those very same groups are gonna countries or what have you are gonna turn against this place, man. All right. Nobody's gonna be there to help you, E. Let me see something. Damn phone. I'm gonna go here. Let me see what you got on that comment board. I get this first. Whoa, hold up. Let me see. Yeah, shalom to the comment board. Yeah, try to that. The brother had Proverbs chapter 21, verse 1. The king's heart is in the hands of the Lord, as the rivers of waters. He turneth it whatsoever he will. That's true, man. All right. If you can't see that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is working on the minds of Nero, all right, the guy said one thing and he does something else. He does something else and he says something. He says something. Says something else, man. All right. You can't see that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua has got these kings of these nations in his hand, man. All right. And what he's doing now is driving them, all right, into the valley of Jehoshaphat, all right, into World War III, all right, a point of no return, especially for America, all right. Like I said, in the opening, America has got itself knee deep in some shit. They got themselves in a harness nest that they can't get out. It's no return, man. After some of the things that's been done, all right, it's no return to that. You're locked into, all right, this war. It ain't hollering about some BS peace treaty, a ceasefire. It ain't gonna happen. All right. The Iran is not answering the phone anymore. All right. So you just need to go with your move. So what else the brother got? This is Romans chapter 9, verse 17. For the scriptures have said unto Pharaoh, for even this same purpose have I raised thee up. All right. And we know the modern day Pharaoh of the day's time is what? Esau, Edom. The Lord is doing the same thing he did the pharaohs of old. He raised them into the height of being a great nation to do what? Pull the rug from up on them, man. All right, and that's what's happening now to Esau Edom. We're looking at the last few seconds of this man's rulership, all right? The last few seconds of his kingdom, okay? Even for the same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name may be declared throughout all the earth. That's right, man. So for even the same purpose of Eden, that the Lord raised him up to show his power. All right. Just as I give you power, all right, I can take that power away. All right. And we know that the basis of men, he has power right now, but the Lord's going to make him a base man again. All right. He will never rule again on the planet Earth ever. Okay. Once, and like and I can remember times going back, when the apostles hit the airways of YouTube, all right, and they been said it, man. Once this devil put boots on the ground in Iran, it's all over with, man. This is it, and hey, man. Fast forward to now, we're seeing those very words, from our apostles have mentioned. Really, the scriptures, all right. I'm gonna say that too, the scriptures. All right, let me see some. Okay, the brother got another one. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3. It says, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not lie." All right, and we're in those times, or those visions that the the men of old had. In some cases, didn't understand until now. All right, because the same men that prophesied of old, that walked the earth with Yahweh Shai, that did the works, are back today doing the works again in full understanding. All right, in full understanding of these prophecies, full understanding of these visions, and they're telling you now or what's to come. All right, that Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is coming back. All right, that Yahweh Shai is coming back to take his throne. All right, and take the crowns of the kings of the earth. All right, and we're seeing the beginning stages of these guys. All right, that's why I say the whole world is watching. All right, Nero 47's next move. All right, I don't know how to play it. You got those brothers out there. You got those brothers out there, man, that play that chess game. Which is a mind game. It's a game of strategy. All right, which Yahweh, he's the Most High is a strategist. All right, which I think that goes into the word general, if I'm not mistaken, general or lieutenant. All right, which all those are military terms. The Most High he loves war. He loves, because it's a strategy game of war and moves. All right, which that's how the chess game is. I watch brothers play it. Right, but your next move better be your best move, as they say too, and that's what's finna go on. With Nero 47. All right. Now I'm looking at some of those videos with the Iranians talking, man, and their higher ups. They're saying they've been waiting for this. They've been waiting for this time all their life. All right. They've been training as young men into men for all this for this very same moment, man. Show you this whole thing that we experiencing now has all been set. The prophecy's always been set for these times, man. All right, even like the brother went into the Proverbs, even in the minds of these different kings, man, are set for World War III, are set for these times. Okay, I'll read it again. It's Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3. So, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but the end is not. But at the end it shall speak and not lie. All right, and they're not lying, man. All right, these prophecies are jumping off the page. That's another thing that we say over here. All right, though it tarry, wait for it. All right, in our time, it may seem as if it's taking a long time, but everything is on schedule. Everything happening on Yahweh's time, man. Okay, and we're seeing too the Lord speeding things up. Hey, we were already in what, the 4th month, man. It was just the New Year. All right, which we just celebrated. The New Year just about came in. We just celebrated the Passat. But things are happening at a very quick rate, man. All right, this destruction is going to happen quick. The downfall, all the crash of the dollar, all this stuff is finna move at a very alarming rate, man. All right. Let me see where I wanted to go, man. I might just end it right here. Let me see if I can find this other one. Yeah, so like I said, man, on the point of the video, the whole world is watching these next couple of hours, man. This devil might he might come through with his words and destroy bridges and infrastructure and plants over there in Iran, or he might be bluffing, man. You're dealing with the devil. This devil talks with a forked tongue. He it's never what it is. It always some BS. All right. But what we do know, the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahshua are true, though. All right, those words are true. All right, and we just simply we just gotta wait. We gotta wait and see. All right, I'm definitely waiting. I know other brothers out there are definitely waiting, glued to the TV. All right, because that guy was talking last night when he had that speech on TV, that keynote speech he was having. He was talking mad crazy on the TV last night, man. All right, mad crazy. But hey, you gotta hey, what they say? You gotta one thing about this right here, you're gonna have to give some ass to get some ass, man. All right. The same way you talk wild crazy about what you gonna do, you gotta go out, you gotta go over there and do it. All right. So Yahweh Shem Shah can do what he gonna do, man. All right, I might end it with this one. Let me see where I wanna go at. But this was all about too. End time prophecies, man. We at this point we shouldn't be talking about anything else but this. All right, end time prophecies, the end of America, the end of this man's rule. All right. But this is Joel chapter 2, verse 20. All right, it says, but I will remove far from you the northern army. All right. In which we went into this time and time again. And it seems like sometimes, a lot of the same scriptures come out, but hey, this is what the truth is about. Truth, when you deal with the truth, is repetitive. It never ends, man. It's the same old thing. All right. It says, but I will remove far from me, or I will remove far from you, my bad, Slaki, the northern army, and I will drive them into a land barren and desolate. All right. With their face towards the east sea and the hindermost parts towards the utmost sea. All right, which we went into time and time again. You got the Persian Gulf, and you have a region called the Red Sea. All right, and that's that region around Saudi Arabia that America is going to be driven into. That the sons and daughters of Babylon, all right, are going to get drafted and sent to, man. All right, and like I say, if this guy comes through with his words, Nero, this is gonna be the next stages, the next steps to what's gonna happen leading up into World War III. You're gonna be put in this region to fight, all right? And look at what America has to fight for. A bunch of TikTokers, a bunch of influencers, a bunch of druggies, a bunch of Instagram models. All right. You're through, man. This is what America has to fight for them next. The next war is finna happen. This is what the average soldier is gonna be, man. The average draftee is gonna be a bunch of rappers, all right, Serb sippers, blunt smokers, all right, and Draco told us, man. All right. This is what America got to fight for. When you dealing with some guys over there, start first and foremost, Iran. All right, those guys are on a whole other level, and you've seen this in the last couple of weeks, man. These guys, and I've been saying this for a minute. You're not dealing with no pushovers, man. All right, you're not dealing with those guys out there in the desert, in the mountains of Iraq and Iran. These guys on a whole nother level. Okay, but let me go on. It says, and I will, my bad, and I will drive them into a land barren and desolate, and with his face towards the east sea, and his hindermost parts towards, my bad, and his hinder parts towards the utmost sea. And his stink shall come up, and his ill savior shall come up, because he has done great things, man. All right, and this is the future prophecy, man. This is what's gonna happen. All right, concerning the anointed army and all branches of it, man. All right, I got people in my family now, man, shaking in their boots because they didn't sign the 10-year deal. All right, with the army, and now all hell's breaking loose. But you go back years ago, I told you don't do it. But now we at the point where, hey, you finna possibly go over there to the Middle East, man. Hey, but the hell with it. That's what happens, man. A hard head makes a soft ass. All right. But hey, with that, man, I hope this was to the point, edifying. I just want to, speak on that. Spirit was on me, so hey, I'm gonna give all praise, glory, and infinite honor to Yahweh, by Shem, Yahweh Shai, by Shem Kakadash. Once again, double honor to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations again to the elect out there and to the sincere. Shalom.